Oke, sekali lagi selamat pagi semuanya. Good morning everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. So today we will have a webinar session with Federation Uni. So hari ini, today we have Ratno and Dan from Federation University. So today, Ratno and Dan will give us updates, give us some information about Federation University, about the courses and stuff. So for those who just joined our session, buat yang baru pertama kali join webinar session dari Yes Education, let me introduce myself. Jadi, my name is Franklin. I am the Regional Marketing Manager for Yes Education in Indonesia. Jadi buat teman-teman yang nantinya, if you have any questions, let me know. You can let me know, and then I will pass those inquiries to Mbak Ardo and Dan. And then once I got updates from Ratno and Dan, I will get back to you guys. Okay, so as usual, I think later on, Ratno and Dan will do some presentation, and during the presentation, if you guys have any questions, jadi kalau misalnya nanti selama presentasi ada yang ingin ditanyakan, so you don't have to wait until the end of the presentation. Jadi selama presentasi, kalau ada yang ingin ditanyakan, bisa langsung di drop di Q&A box ataupun chat box. Okay, so during the presentation, if you have any questions, you can drop them on the Q&A box or chat box. And then after the presentation, we will discuss those questions together. Okay, so I think we will start. So I think Mbak Arno and Dan, when you're ready, you may start.
Thanks, Franklin. Thanks to you and Yes Education for organizing today's event. And terima kasih to everybody who is attending. Franklin, can I check something? Can the attendees talk to us? Like, can we engage? Can they speak?
Yeah, for the presentation, I think they can only see you. But during the presentation, if they want to ask directly, we can make them to speak.
Okay, so if I want to ask them some questions, I can ask them to unmute and speak during the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so look, I can see quite a few people here: Anastasia and Jan and Yana, Anna, Anis, and that Ayu, and that's only the A's. So there's a good number of attendees. So good to see you all. My name is Dan. I work in the international recruitment team at Federation University. I'm based at the Ballarat campus, and you can see behind me part of the Ballarat campus. That's our science and engineering building. And I'd just like to introduce our new country representative for Indonesia, who is Retno Kumala Devi. Retno, would you like to just introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Dan. Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Retno. I'm based here in Jakarta, and I'll be covering for Indonesia region. Some of you might meet me like a couple of years ago, maybe. So if you do know me, you can just reach out for me or through Franklin if you have question about Federation Uni. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks, Retno. Yeah, Retno is available if any of you have any questions anytime. Franklin, level of English is pretty good. Like, we don't need to translate at all. Shall I just deliver in English?
Yeah, you can deliver in English, I believe. Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to introduce the university. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to talk to you all about some of the key selling points of Federation University. And I'm also going to play some little games during the presentation to just check that everybody's listening and everybody's learning about the university. So please pay attention to what I'm talking about, because sometimes I might stop and call out to some of you and ask you to try to tell me something about what I've told you. Okay, so let me share my screen with you. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so So Federation University Australia. Like in the first slide here, you can see like some of the best things about Federation. Obviously, happy students, students who get great support, great teaching quality. Also, different kinds of campuses I'll talk about later, but we have campuses in regional areas. Look here, this is our Gippsland campus. So you can see it's completely surrounded by nature. And then we have a campus in Brisbane, which is right in the city centre of Brisbane. So we have different options. We have 4 different campuses I'm going to be telling you about. So lots of different opportunities for students. Federation University has a long history, okay? It goes back to 1870 in the city of Ballarat. And Ballarat is, maybe you haven't heard of Ballarat, but Ballarat is a famous city in Australia. It's famous for the gold rush. People found gold here in 1850, and people from all over the world came to try to make their fortune in Ballarat. So Federation University, like, we are the 3rd oldest provider of higher education in Australia. We started as the School of Mines Ballarat in 1870. We became a university in 1994 as University of Ballarat. And then we became Federation University in 2014. We now have over 18,500 Australian and international students and nearly 120,000 alumni across the world. We're an Australian government university, and because we are a modern university, we are ranked in the top 250 young universities worldwide. So we have that long history, but yeah, we're a relatively young university, and we are climbing the rankings. Okay. One area where we always come at the top or near the top in Australia and Victoria is student support and teaching quality. Because we started in a smaller country town, a regional city, we have smaller class sizes than most universities in Australia, which means that students get to know their lecturers really well, they get to know their classmates really well. We also have great student support programs for our students. And so you can see we're #1 in Victoria for student support, skills development, and teaching quality in lots of different areas. So those small class sizes means you get extra attention and care, which leads to student satisfaction. We also, our courses are very industry relevant, and they're taught in state-of-the-art teaching and learning spaces. These are just some of the student support programs that we offer. So I'm not going to talk about all of them, but we have student mentors. When students arrive, they get the support of mentors from their course. They have careers advice. The students can access our career support team from the day they start until 2 years after they graduate. We have lots of different online and face-to-face academic support. We have lots of clubs and societies and so on. We also have great employment outcomes for our students. So again, we're always really highly ranked in this area, according to the Good Universities Guide. So we're #1 in Victoria for full-time graduate employment, and Victoria has all the Melbourne universities. So even though most of our students are coming from regional campuses, they are getting jobs faster than students who graduate in Melbourne. So #1 in Victoria for full-time graduate employment. You can see as well in Australia, we're really highly ranked in lots of different areas. #2 for business, #3 for engineering, 5 for education, 6 for social work, and so on. Another great thing about Federation University is that we have affordable tuition fees. So they range from $20,000 to $30,000 per year. We also have an automatic 20% tuition fee reduction. So that's our Global Innovator Scholarship, and that will be the same in 2023. So all new international undergraduate and postgraduate students, apart from research students, all coursework students will get 20% off their tuition fees for the whole degree. If students have done really well in their high school or in their bachelor degree before coming to study with us, they could get 25% off tuition fees. So that's our Global Excellence Scholarship. We also have an Accommodation Scholarship. So students can come and live on our campuses, and they can get up to $4,000 off the cost of first year campus accommodation. So that really brings the cost of living on campus down by about 50%. Okay, one new thing for this year and next year is that we have new higher education diploma pathways. Okay, so if you have students who are interested in business, engineering, or IT, and they don't quite meet the entry requirements to get into our bachelor degrees, then you can encourage them to do a diploma with us, do a higher education diploma, where they're available in November this year. So if you have any students who are looking to come to Australia very soon, we do have these diplomas open and you can apply until September the 16th. So on these diplomas, students will do the same units as if they were doing the bachelor degree, but they will also get extra academic skills and English classes. And any students who successfully pass the diploma will go straight into the second year of a relevant bachelor degree. So the English requirement is lower. It's IELTS 5.5 with no band less than 5.5 for engineering and no band less than 5.0 for business and IT. And yeah, these diplomas are going to be running in November, February, and July every year. So we have the first ones in November this year. Next year, we're hoping to have foundation year and extended ELICOS programs as well. And the scholarships have great, the diplomas have great scholarships too. Again, everybody will get the Global Pathway Scholarship, which is 20% off the whole program. So if students are packaged with a bachelor degree, they will also get 20% off the whole degree. And we have the Pathway to Victoria Scholarship. So that's an extra $2,500 off the tuition fees for new diploma students. Okay. We also have Accommodation Scholarship, again, which is worth up to $4,000. So if we go back and look, the cost of the scholarship, sorry, I thought this cost was that. Oh no, it's here. So the business, if somebody wanted to do a diploma of business, for example, you get 20% off that. So it costs about $20,400, and then you get another $2,500 off that. So it'll go down to about $18,000 for the diploma, and then 20% off the second and third year of the bachelor degree as well. So we have great options for living on campus run by Fed Living. So all of our Victorian campuses have student residences on campus. Prices start from $189 a week in Gippsland, $224 a week in Ballarat, and $245 a week in Berwick. But like I said, students can get the accommodation scholarship, which will take $4,000 a year off the cost of that. So it really reduces the accommodation cost by about 50%. In Ballarat, for example, students were paying about $110 a week, and they would get all their bills paid. They get a single bedroom in a shared unit. They don't have to pay for internet. There's a beautiful gym and swimming pool they can use for free as well. There is a $500 acceptance fee for all new students who want to live on accommodation. That covers administration and support costs. Okay, another great thing about Federation, like I said before, we have regional and city campuses. So if students want to go to big cities like Melbourne and Brisbane, we have campuses there and they can enjoy all the opportunities and excitement of those big cities. But if students are looking for a different experience in a regional city, then we have great opportunities in Ballarat and Gippsland, which are in regional Victoria. So why would students come to smaller cities? Firstly, accommodation is much more affordable. It's a great quality of life. It's a relaxed lifestyle, more convenient. You still get a lot of the things, Ballarat, for example, is still a pretty big city that has a good nightlife and bars and restaurants and so on, but it's much more affordable and more relaxed. There are also good job opportunities in regional areas. The government is encouraging students to go to regional cities because there are good job opportunities there. And students can stay longer in Australia. So if students come to Ballarat and Gippsland, they can get an extra 2 years after they finish their post-study work visa. So you do a master's degree in Ballarat, you get a 3-year post-study work visa. If you keep living and working in Ballarat, you can apply for an extra 2 years. So you can study for 2 years and then stay for 5 years. So here's where our campuses are. So you can see Victoria looks like a small part of Australia, but about 25% of the population live in Victoria. So has a big population, especially in Melbourne, and we have a campus in Melbourne over here in the eastern suburbs. Then we have a campus here in Ballarat. It's just an hour and a half on the train from Melbourne. And then we have a campus down here in Gippsland. It's about 2 hours away from Melbourne. We also have a campus in Brisbane, right in the city centre of Brisbane in Queensland's capital. So we have 4 different campuses. 2 of them are in major cities. 2 of them are in regional towns. And like I said before, like life in regional areas is a lot more affordable than in bigger cities. So you can see here in Ballarat, for example, the Australian government says that accommodation per week costs on average $120. In Gippsland, $100. In Melbourne, $260. In Brisbane, $225. And Sydney is even more expensive. So if students are worried about the cost of living, coming to somewhere like Ballarat, where you can find work, you can get paid as much as if you were in Melbourne, but your cost of living is a lot lower, can be a great option. Okay, so that was an introduction to the university, the key selling points. You know, we have great teaching quality and student support. We have a long history. We have affordable fees and great scholarships, including 20% off for the whole degree and the Accommodation Scholarship. We have campuses in major cities and we have campuses in regional areas too. So students can enjoy the regional benefits, such as a 5-year post-study work visa. So now I'm going to take a little bit of a break and I want you to get involved. So what I'm going to do is this. I want to, sorry, 1 second. Let me stop sharing my screen. What I want to do is play a little game, and the game goes like this. It's a memory game. Children might play a game like this. I went to the market and I bought a banana. And then the next person has to remember what the last person said and add one more thing. I went to the market, I bought a banana and a chocolate bar. I went to the market, I bought a banana, a chocolate bar, and an apple. Okay, so you have to remember and add one more thing. So what I want to do, if we can, is play a little game where somebody says, I think Federation is a great place to study because, and says one reason. The next person has to remember what the first person said and add another reason. So we keep going until we have a list of 6, 7, 8, 9 reasons. So really, it would be good in this game to go first because it would be the easiest time to go. So all of the attendees out there, does anybody want to put up their hand or type a message to say they want to go first? Otherwise, I'm just going to choose somebody's name. Okay, does anybody want to go first? Okay, so I'm going to choose someone and allow them to talk. Okay, so I'm going to choose Jatin Patel. Jatin Patel, are you there? Jatin, are you there? Okay, let's try somebody else. What about Evie? Evie Jong, are you there? Oh, Jatin, are you there?
Yes.
And Evie?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Evie, you're the first person to talk, so you can go first. Can you say, I think Federation University is a great place to study because, and tell me one reason.
Student can live.
Okay, tell me the whole sentence though. Tell me the whole sentence.
Oh, sorry. Once again, what is the beginning of the
I
sentence?
think Federation University is a great place to study because.
I think Federation University is a good place to study because student can live there in low accommodation.
Okay, because the accommodation prices are low. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, Jatin, now you have to remember what Evie said and you have to add one more thing.
Yeah. In addition to campus opportunities, student can choose from various campuses all over the Australia.
Okay, that's a good point, Jatin. But what I want you to do is remember what Evie said and say the whole sentence, all right? You have to say, I think Federation is a good place to study because of affordable accommodation and, okay?
Yeah, got it.
Jatin, can you do that?
Yes,
Okay, go for it.
Federation University is a great place to study because of the low accommodation cost for students and the campus opportunities all over the Australia.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Jatin. So affordable accommodation and campuses across Australia. Okay, does anybody want to go next, or I'll choose someone? Okay, Carolyn, you can go next. Carolyn Liu, are you there? Carolyn, are you there? Or what about Anissa? Actually, Ayu. I just clicked on Ayu by mistake. Ayu, are you there, Ayu?
Hi.
Hi, Ayu.
Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah, actually I missed and I just joined because the internet connection.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay, Ayu, don't worry. Okay, what about Anastasia? Anastasia? Are you there, Anastasia? What about Eric? Eric, are you there? Okay, how about Melchi? Melchi?
Hello.
Hi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. So Melchi, is it Melchi or Melchi or?
Malky.
Melchi. Okay, Melchi. Thank you. Can you please continue the game?
The games? What game is that?
Ah, okay. The
I just
game
joined
is,
anyway.
you just joined. We're playing a little game. I've just been talking about Federation University, what the key selling points are. And I want you to add a different one. So far we've had, I think Federation is a good place to study because of affordable accommodation, because there are campuses in different parts of Australia. Do you have anything to add, Melky?
What about the tuition fee? Is it affordable as well?
It is affordable as well. Affordable tuition fee. Okay, thank you, Melky. Okay, what about Ketut? Are you there, Ketut? What about Riska? Riska, are you there? Riska Hawina. Okay. Trang, are you there? Sanam? Oh, Trang, are you there?
Hello,
Hello, Sanam. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Have you been listening?
Yes, I just joined. It has
Okay,
few seconds.
just a few seconds. Okay. Can you say one more thing? Can you continue the game?
Yes.
Okay. So Federation University is a good place to study because
Because like it has affordable fee structure, first thing.
Yeah.
And second is like in context of NIP leaves, it's like first priority.
okay, great.
And courses, it offers varieties of courses for students, especially for ITs and accounting.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Sanam. They're all good reasons, but they're not the same reasons we've been talking about. But like, I understand if you just joined. Okay, look, maybe this game is a bit difficult if people are joining at different times and some people might be busy in the background. So look, I'm just going to do a reminder of the key selling points, and then we'll go back and talk about some of the campuses. So look, Federation University has a long history, but we became a university in 1994, and we're ranked in the top 250 young universities in the world. We offer excellent teaching quality and student support. Students get small class sizes at all of our campuses. We have campuses Across Victoria, so in Melbourne, if students want to be in Melbourne, we have campuses in regional Victoria, in Ballarat and Gippsland if students want to be in regional areas. We also have a campus in the city centre of Brisbane. We have low tuition fees. We have good scholarships. Every student will get 20% off for the whole of their degree. We have new higher education diplomas for students who don't quite meet the entry requirements. And like Sanam said, yes, we have a wide range of programs. Okay, so I'm going to go back and share my screen again and talk about some of our campuses and programs. Now, again, it would be great if you could all pay attention and listen, because maybe later I'll ask you some questions about our campuses. Okay, can you see that right now? You see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. So firstly, I want to talk, let me just remind you where our campuses are. We have a campus here in Berwick, in Melbourne. We have Ballarat, which is just an hour and a half west of Melbourne. We have Gippsland, 2 hours east of Melbourne, and we have Brisbane. So firstly, I'm going to talk about Berwick. Berwick campus is in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. It's not close to the city centre of Melbourne, but it is still Melbourne City. It's in Melbourne metropolis. It's a fast-growing multicultural part of Melbourne, and it's very easy to get into the city. The campus is about 5 minutes from the train station, so you can easily get into the city centre. The campus itself is a modern campus. It used to be a Monash campus. Here's the student accommodation for students who live here. Here's the main campus area where students will study in great facilities for science, science, nursing, IT, business, social work, and so on. So in Berwick, we have mainly undergraduate courses in a range of different areas, but we also have Master of Social Work and we have Master of Public Health. Okay, I will send you this presentation later, and when you Yes Education shares it with you, if you want to see a video of the campus, you can just click on this link and it will show you a video of the campus. So in the nearby area, just one stop away from Berwick, there's the second biggest shopping centre in Victoria, in Melbourne. There's the this beautiful art centre. There's lots of multicultural markets. So there might be a lot of Indonesian students who who go to live in eastern suburbs of Melbourne. Maybe they study at Deakin or Monash, or Swinburne. But if you have students who are looking to be in the eastern side of Melbourne and they want a more affordable university, then Federation University could be a great place for them to study. If you have students who want to go to Brisbane, we have a great campus right in the city centre of Brisbane. So in Brisbane, our campus is focused on business and IT. It's mainly for postgraduate students. Okay, so we have a lot of master's degree in business and IT. We also have the Bachelor of IT. But Brisbane is a very fast growing city. There's great job opportunities there. And we focus really hard on connecting students to employers at all of our campuses, but particularly in Brisbane. In Brisbane, we also have different scholarships. So in Brisbane, we have a 25% tuition fee discount for all new international students. We have an intake for Brisbane in November this year, and we also have February, July, and November next year. So students will get a 25% tuition fee discount for their whole degree. We don't have accommodation in Brisbane, but we do offer the Fed Degree Plus. So that means that students can do a short course alongside their degree up to a value of 2,000 Australian dollars. Okay, so that's another great scholarship in Brisbane. You can see the Brisbane campus, very beautifully designed. Here's another part of the campus. So it's very modern and great facilities. In Brisbane, we have a strong focus on innovation and employability. All of our programs in Brisbane are linked to industry partners such as IBM. Sorry, just getting a bit thirsty. We also have the Fed Degree Plus system, so students get other opportunities to connect to industry and do short courses And we have an employability skills and jobs hub on campus, which provides free on-campus career support and links to industry partners. So again, this is the campus, really beautiful design. It's right in the city center of Brisbane. So if you want to watch a video about it, just click on the link. And Brisbane is a city of 2 million people, very beautiful city. And the countryside is really nice around Brisbane as well. It's very tropical, so good weather all year round. Okay, so from a big city to a small town, we have a campus in Gippsland in Victoria, and it's a really big campus. It used to be a Monash campus, but it is in a very small town. About 10,000 people live in that town. There are some bigger towns nearby, but it is a very rural country area. So if you have students who are looking to go to a quiet, peaceful place, then Gippsland is a great place to go and study and relax and enjoy nature. You know, students really love the community, they really love the lifestyle, and they really love the natural beauty and the support they get on campus. So again, in Gippsland, students can get those regional benefits such as a post-work visa. If you want to look at a video of students talking about their experiences in Gippsland, again, click on this link. Now, the campus is really beautiful. Like I said, it used to be a Monash campus, really big campus, and surrounded by beautiful nature. So if you have students who want to go somewhere affordable, quiet, in Ballarat, in Gippsland, it's mainly undergraduate degrees, but we also have Master of Engineering Technology in Mechatronics and Industrial Automation. So if you have students who are interested in mechatronics, want to go to an affordable part of Australia and want great job opportunities, because in the local area there are great job opportunities for mechatronic engineers, then Gippsland would be a great place to think about. We also have nursing, we have we have Bachelor of Engineering, Civil Engineering, we have IT and business and so on. Okay, our main campus is in Ballarat. Like I said before, we used to be University of Ballarat. So Ballarat is a very attractive historic city in Australia. The gold rush, said before, people found gold in the 1850s and came from all over the world to make their fortune. So Ballarat is now the third biggest city in Victoria after Melbourne and Geelong, has about 120,000 people, but it's growing fast. And it's a great place for international students because it has high quality education and facilities, more affordable fees and accommodation. It's a relaxed, enjoyable lifestyle, and you get regional incentives and employment opportunities. So here's our campus in Ballarat. It's called Mount Helen campus. It's surrounded by nature, but there's also a technology park around the campus with major employers like IBM, Concentrix, and Ernst & Young. So it's good opportunities for placements and graduate work. It's 15 minutes from the city centre of Ballarat on a bus. So here are some of our facilities: our science and engineering building, nursing labs, science labs, lecture theatres. Student life is coming back to normal after COVID, so we're starting to get a bit busier again on campus, which is great. And lots of international students coming back, lots of students living on campus. So like I said, living on campus is a great way to settle in, make friends. In Australia, you don't have to worry about finding somewhere to live, and you get the Accommodation Scholarship too. So why Ballarat? I think you know that there's a growing interest in studying in regional Australia, but a lot of Australia is regional. What's special about Ballarat? So Ballarat, it's a beautiful regional city. It's not too big, not too small. It's a good community feel where students can make more local friends. Like, we have a small number of Indonesian students. At the moment, we have about 10 or 15 Indonesian students, so not many. But what that means is Indonesian students can make good friends with other Indonesians, but they'll also make lots of local and other international friends. So they'll speak English all the time, which is great for their confidence and for their English level as well. Ballarat's a beautiful city. Like I said, the gold rush means that there are a lot of beautiful old buildings from the 19th century. There's also Lake Wendouree, which is a beautiful lake near the city centre. Yeah, it's a really nice city to live in. There are great museums, wildlife parks, cinemas, bars, restaurants, and so on. It's also easy to get to Melbourne. It's easy to get to the Great Ocean Road, some of the best beaches in Australia. It's easy to get to the Grampian Mountains and, just into nature in general. So students can explore, Victoria much more than if they were living in Melbourne. It's a lower cost of living as well. So the government says that, cost of renting a room in Ballarat is a lot lower than in Melbourne. So yeah, cost of living in Ballarat is much lower too. And students can stay in Australia longer if they want to. After they finish their degree, they will get the 2 or 3 year post-study work visa. But if they keep living and working in Ballarat, they can stay for an extra 2 years. And if they decide they want to continue living in Australia, it's much easier to do that in regional areas than it is in a big city. And there are good employment opportunities in a lot of different areas, in engineering, in teaching, in business, IT, and so on. So there are big employers in Ballarat, and there's a lot of opportunities for skilled workers in regional areas. There's also less competition for part-time and graduate work. Okay, so I'm gonna play a short video now talking about our Ballarat campus so you can get a better idea from students what life is like in Ballarat.
Why should you use Miro? When you draw on a whiteboard, no one sees it. With Miro, you plan together in real time.
When I was thinking about coming to Australia, I really want to know the country and want to know the culture. I feel like Australia has more than just, Melbourne, Sydney, the big cities. I want to know the countryside. I want to know another side of the culture.
Great opportunities, work-life balance, and the faculty was very helpful. We used to have lots of practical experience around the course.
I lived 2 years on campus, and the first year it was really great interacting with domestics and clearing all those barriers and learning more about Australia.
We do activity every week like badminton, barbecue, have a walk, and board games and that kind of thing.
The class size is smaller compared to other universities, so you get to know your classmates and you get to know your teacher really well. And my classmates were so supportive. I really feel like I'm supported and I'm cared for.
The lecturer knows us by name, questions about the problems we have, the theory in the courses. We're just like friends, closer to friends than lecturer and students.
I found Fed Uni very supportive. So due to pandemic, all the places closed down and I was working hospitality. However, Fed Uni supported me with my expenses, utilities, petrol, additional counseling services. So that's fantastic.
I can agree. The university really makes sure that international students got the support that they needed.
It's lovely actually. Everything it's close. Life is a bit cheaper. Things feel just easier. It's not super competitive as well if you want to find a job.
I like the area. I like the uni, the support from uni, friendly people, a nice environment, beautiful city.
Many people know each other. It's easy to build up networking. So I'm enjoying. Whenever I'm on the street, I say hi to at least 10 people. Oh, I know you from there. Oh, you work there and all. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Another thing about being about studying in regional Victoria is that you get the 4-year postgraduate visa once you're done with your degree. Well, 4 years is just great if you're actually planning to work in Australia and get that work experience.
Even though I graduated now, I love where I live. I love Ballarat, so I'm not moving back to Melbourne.
It's still so close to Melbourne, you can get there in just a bit over an hour. So I think it's a perfect spot for, to enjoy the country life and so close to the city. I just feel like I'm home.
Completely, it was only and only because of my degree that I was able to find work. All credit goes to my course and Federation University for letting me become a social worker.
Studying at Federation University itself has given me exposure to the international industry such as IBM. And then in front of the IBM as well, there is a Bachelor Technology Park where I used to work as well. But not only you're studying, but you also get exposure of the actual real life industry itself.
I really enjoyed my placement, and I think my school kind of enjoyed having me there. So I was offered a job after placement a few months before I finished my study. So I got the job.
In my final year, I was lucky enough to be assistant tutor for structural designing. So I was able to work with my fellow lecturers as a tutor, and also that experience led me to become a graduate structural engineer at Cardinal TGM in Ballarat.
And I moved on to doing PhD. I also had the support, and then the opportunity came up, and I applied to be a lecturer at FEC, and here I stay.
Yeah, so we now run a company together. We are doing website and mobile application developments and designs. So it's just very exciting. Things I like coding, he likes managing people, so it's like a perfect couple, right?
What I spent as fees and my time, it's paying back double now. So I feel privileged, honestly.
If you want to spend your life as a student in regional area, I think Federation is a place to be.
Okay, thank you for watching that video. Hopefully it gives you a better idea of what life is like in Ballarat, what our students like about studying in Ballarat. Again, it's those same things that I was talking about earlier: good job opportunities, great student support, relaxed lifestyle, more affordable lifestyle, and great teaching quality as well. So speaking of teaching, I'm just going to quickly introduce some of our key courses that we offer across our campuses. So let's have a look at the entry requirements first. So for Indonesia, we have higher education diplomas. So students with SMR with an overall average grade of 6.0 could get onto our higher education diplomas. Our bachelor degrees, you need overall grade of 7.0 or GCE A levels with passing grades in 3 subjects. Next year, hopefully we'll also have foundation year. Master degrees, we need satisfactory completion of a degree equivalent to an Australian bachelor degree. And most of our courses require academic IELTS score of 6.0 overall, but some do require higher levels such as nursing, teaching, and social work, 7.0. Okay, so here are the different areas we offer courses. Am I sharing my, can you see my screen right now? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so business, health, engineering, IT, science, psychology and sport, education, and arts and social studies. So a quick summary of programs. Business, we have Bachelor of Business. Remember, these are the costs before scholarship, so you can take 20% off the cost. Bachelor of Business, Professional Accounting. In Brisbane, we have these 3 degrees: MBA Health Service Management, MBA International Business, and Master of Professional Accounting. So for people who want to do postgraduate business, that's in Brisbane, so they'll get 25% off the whole degree. We have Bachelor of Nursing, which is very popular, Master of Public Health, Bachelor of Nursing, fully accredited, great placements, great industry connections. In engineering is one of our strongest areas because of the history of Ballarat as a gold mining city. So we've taught engineering for 150 years. We have a range of different engineering courses. All of these courses are available in Ballarat, apart from the Master of Engineering Technology, Mechatronics and Industrial Automation, which is in Gippsland. IT is another really strong area. We have close connections with IBM and other industry partners. So we have a range of different bachelor degrees, including one called Professional Practice, which involves extensive internships with IBM, paid internships. So we also have Master of Technology in Enterprise Systems and Business Analytics and Software Engineering. And we have Applied Cybersecurity, Data Science. And we also have Cognitive Enterprise, which again is run in partnership with IBM. It's a combination of leadership skills and learning about new technology that is affecting the way businesses work. Science, we have a range of different science degrees. We also have psychological science, and we have education degrees. So early childhood is very popular at the moment because of opportunities to find work in Australia. So we have the early childhood education and Bachelor, and Master of Teaching Early Childhood is also very popular. And then other popular courses are the Social and Community Services courses. So we have Bachelor of Community and Human Services, and we have Master of Social Work. So Master of Social Work is very popular, and because there are a lot of good job opportunities in social work in Australia, it's on the skilled occupation list and so on. So this degree will qualify students to become social workers. Okay, they do need to have a background connected to social work, like 1 year of their bachelor degree must be connected to subjects like psychology, sociology, community development, history, politics, and so on. So there are some entry requirements for Master of Social Work, but we can talk about that if you have any interested students. And look, I will send you this presentation. There's more details about all of these courses in the presentation. But yeah, I think I'll stop the presentation there, and we can go back to Franklin and see if there are any questions that anybody has.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dan, for the updates about the Federation University. So I guess, jadi everyone, if you have any questions, you can drop them on the Q&A or chat box, and then we will discuss them. I think at the moment we have one question in the Q&A box from Ayu. So can students with no Bachelor of Teaching background enroll to Master of Teaching in Federation Uni?
Yeah, good question, Ayu. You don't need to have a background in teaching. The Master of Teaching degrees are for people who have not got an education degree. So, you know, we have Master of Teaching Early Childhood is very popular, and that can be any background at all. You do need to get the high English. The English must be 7.0 overall, with 7.5 in speaking and listening, 6.5 in reading and writing. So the English is pretty high, but otherwise it can be any academic background. For Master of Teaching Secondary, again, it can be any background, but students do need to be able to teach 2 subjects, okay? So if somebody's done a science degree, can they teach science and maths? Do they have 4 units of maths and so on? So we need to see they can teach 2 subjects. I mean, Indonesian could be one of those subjects. So as long as you can prove that you speak and write Indonesian like a native, then that could be one subject as well. But yeah, good question. And teaching courses are definitely becoming more popular at the moment. Any other questions?
Okay, so far, yep. I think Melky, if you want to ask, yeah, you can unmute yourself and ask.
All right, thank you for the chat, Franklin and Dan. I am one of the agents in Padang, which is in Indonesia.
Yep.
And I've been living in Melbourne as well from 2012 until 2021. And a lot of students I'm encouraged to study in Australia, but no one I refer to your federal university yet, but I tried to, yeah, especially in social worker. A question for me today is the issue at the moment in Indonesia, it was graduate employability. It was a lot of highest number of jobless, yeah, even finished university from overseas or from Indonesia. In my hometown in province of West Sumatra, is it 18.65% is jobless, yeah, and this is a very big number for 5 million people living in this. And then I, as a consultant, of course, they push me, they ask me a lot about how can I able to get a job when I finish study from that university, from these universities, and then how long the waiting period between one of student finish a study and then you know until they get job is how many months usually, because there's quite difference between circumstance in Indonesia and circumstance in Australia, and how that you address these situations with your designing curriculum syllabus, adjust for Indonesian need for the human capital after finished study in overseas. And it is a very a crucial issue for me, because I'm not quite sure how many number of children I was sending to Australia already, even the group 8, even not a group 8 as well. But when they come back to Indonesia, it's still struggle for them to find a job. So the Australian curriculum in highest level degrees is not enough. Give them a knowledge about how to survive when they come back to this country. It's different cases there when they stay with the post-study work visa in Australia, of course, because they're learning a lot of opportunity. But not all the students from Indonesia, it was self-funded. Most of them is with scholarship, and the scholarship provider send them back, like Australian scholarship. They send back to Indonesia after 30 days, submitted the last assignment or final minor thesis, and then LPDP also. And then it's gonna be for me now. Okay, how can I answer this question? So please tell me about your opinion regarding this issue. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Melky. Yeah, look, I'm sorry to hear that unemployment is such a big problem in Indonesia at the moment. In Australia, unemployment is record low at the moment. So, you know, there's lots of job opportunities, and, you know, there are other concerns like rising prices and slightly precarious employment sometimes. That means employment that, you know, is not, the contracts are not great sometimes. But look, there are lots of jobs in Australia at the moment. So like you say, to find work in Australia, even in a town like Ballarat compared to Melbourne, I think there are good opportunities to find work in Australia. Look, going back to Indonesia, it's not really something I can answer very well. All I can say is that at Federation, we have lots of opportunities for students to connect with industry. We have great careers advice services, so students can get advice about how to write their CV, what to do in job interviews. Of course, this is advice that is to help them find work in Australia, but I think that it really, you know, applies to any country. I think that, like I said, if students come and study at Federation, you know, if they come to a place like Ballarat, they would really improve their English by being in a, you know, a place where there are not too many Indonesian people. So, you know, by the time students go back to Indonesia, their English would be really high, which could be also a great skill that sets them apart from other graduates. I think that, like, we do our best to connect students to industry. Like I said, we have connections with big companies like IBM, and, you know, depending on the course, the vast majority, a lot of our courses already have work placements and so on built into the course. We're actually planning, it was announced last week, we're going to become the first co-op model Australian university. That means that by 2025, all of our degrees will have inbuilt internships in the degree. So everybody who studies with us will have a short internship at least during their degree. So they will get work experience. You know, in my experience with work, the hardest thing about going from being a graduate to finding work is making that jump. Like, you can study as long as you want, but if you don't have work experience, people often won't take you seriously. So you need to find a way of making that jump, getting work experience. And if you can get work experience on the degree while studying with us, like you talked about social work, for example, Melky, like in our social work degree, we have 140 days of work placements, and a lot of students get employment through those work placements after they graduate. Again, that's talking about studying in Australia and working in Australia. But I think any work experience that students get at good relevant companies in Australia should help them to find work when they go back. So these things are linked. If they can come to somewhere in Australia where they can find good connections, where they can find good work in Australia that's linked to what they want to do in their career, then if they work at a good company here in Australia, when they go back to Indonesia, they can tell people, look, I've worked at a similar company in Australia in English, you know, so that should put them in a strong position. I don't know what employers in Indonesia are really looking for, and you know, I'm sure there are very specific things to the Indonesia job market compared to Australia. But I think that you know, coming to a regional university in a way gives students more opportunity to shine, more opportunity to get connected. I see Indonesian students who study with us now, who get internships at IBM, who get fully funded scholarships to do PhDs. So if students come into the smaller university where they get, you know, to know their lecturers more, then, you know, there are great opportunities. And every opportunity they take here will help them in the future. They can put it on their CV and it'll help them to find work when they get back. So look, I hope that the situation in Indonesia improves in terms of unemployment reducing. Yeah, that's all I can say, really.
Well, thanks a lot, Dan. And I hope that answers the question from Pak Melki. Again, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A box. And I think while waiting for others' questions, so I'm just going to ask about your diploma program. So at the moment, you don't have any. So when is the foundation or diploma program will be available?
The diploma programs are available now to apply.
Okay, cool.
So in business, IT, and engineering, they're starting in November. Okay.
November.
So they're available now. Foundation year, we're hoping to begin in 2023, but it's not official yet, so I can't say any more about it. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So students can. So how many intakes do you have for the diploma?
So diploma, we have 3 intakes a year in February, July, and November. So this November will be the first intake.
The first one. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Franklin, look, I'm really sorry, but I have another meeting at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to have to go. But Retno is still here, and if anybody has any questions, Retno would be able to answer. And also, you know, if anybody, you know, obviously you get in touch through Yes Education, but Franklin, you know, if you have any questions, you can get in touch anytime with Retno and myself. So, yeah, look, I'm sorry I have to go, but thank you everybody for coming. And yeah, thanks Franklin for setting it up.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dan. Thank you.
Okay. Cheers.
Oke, buat yang lain kalau ada yang masih mau bertanya, please feel free to put them on the Q&A box. Otherwise, as usual guys, jadi seperti biasa, kalau untuk sekarang belum ada pertanyaan, maybe after this session, if you have any questions after this session, you can let me know. You can always contact me, and then I will pass your questions to Martno. And then once I got updates from Martno, I will get back to you.
Iya, dan sebentar lagi kita bakalan ada annual summit nih. Kalau ada yang hadir juga di annual summit, bisa ketemu langsung.
Yep, that's true. Yep. So for those who will be joining Yes Education Annual Summit next month in Bali, Federation Uni will be there as well. So you will meet Mbak Retno in person. And again, if you have any questions, you can ask Mbak Retno directly during the annual summit. Okay, yep.
Ya, dan kalau misalnya ada yang misalnya ada student yang interest dengan Federation Uni dan apa sih mau ketemu langsung dengan Federation Uni, kan biasanya suka ada tuh parents atau murid yang mau ketemu langsung dengan rep-nya. Kita no problem, kita bisa bikin kayak Zoom meeting atau Teams meeting yang Yes Education bisa bisa bantu ya untuk arrange. Jadi bisa ketemu face to face. Kalau misalnya aku sih lokasinya base-nya di Jakarta. Kalau misalnya ada kesempatan untuk visit ke kota kalian, kita juga bisa arrange untuk ketemu di office agentnya.
Yep. Oke, ini ada pertanyaan dari Hari. Does Federation Uni has a November intake for master degree?
Yes, we do have November intake, tapi nggak semua kampus. Jadi tergantung master degree-nya apa, nanti kita bisa double check di kampus mana yang available. Tapi kebanyakan yang main kampus kita yang Ballarat itu lebih banyak jurusannya compare to other kampus, tapi kita bisa double check ya.
Yep. Jadi so it depends what courses the student is looking for.
Yeah.
For some master courses.
Yeah. Tapi kebanyakan untuk master courses is available untuk November intake. Terutama yang di Brisbane itu sudah pasti semua jurusan masternya available.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yep. So Hari, that's if you have any further questions, just let us know.
Mungkin aku bisa kasih, kita ada apa sih di website kita ada yang namanya study. Jadi untuk kalau ngecek course apa aja yang available di Federation Uni, itu bisa ke website-nya kita. Coba aku share linknya ya, biar gampang. Jadi kalau ada, misalnya kamu urgent, student ada di depan kamu face-to-face meeting, terus nanya tentang jurusan ini, dan nggak ketemu di brosur kita, kamu bisa menggunakan search engine ini untuk ngecek detail course-nya, available-nya kapan, intake-nya kapan. Oke. Muncul nggak ya di chat-nya?
Yep.
Oke. Ini cara paling gampang sih untuk ngecek ngecek the current courses sama detailnya. Bahkan kita ada di setiap course itu ada detail, misalnya untuk master itu master kayak master of social work, belajarnya gimana sih, kan suka kadang ada pertanyaan ini coursework atau ini research ya kan. Nah di menggunakan search engine ini akan ada detailnya apa sih cara belajarnya mereka. Jadi kayak setiap 2 minggu student harus ada 7 jam seminar, harus partisipasi 7 jam seminar. Terus mereka harus praktek dengan durasi berapa jam selama durasi belajarnya mereka. Gitu. Ini kan pertanyaan yang sangat mendetail sekali ya. Jadi bisa refer ke course engine ini.
Okay. Any other question, guys, before we end the session? Oke, kalau sudah nggak ada yang bertanya. Again, sekali lagi seperti yang sudah saya infokan, kalau misalnya setelah sesi ini ada yang ingin tanyain, nanti bisa let me know, dan nanti saya bisa pas pertanyaannya ke Mbak Retno, ataupun nanti buat yang nanti bakal join annual summit kita di Bali, nanti bisa ketemu langsung dengan Mbak Retno, dan nanti bisa nanya-nanya langsung.
Dari kita juga nanti kita kirimkan tadi ya presentasinya lewat Franklin. Nanti Franklin bisa bantu kirim ke kalian beserta kita e-brochure. Saat ini belum ada hard copy-nya, jadi pakai e-brochure dulu. Akan diserahkan ke Franklin.
Ya, sip. Oke. Ya, jadi nanti bakal setelah sesi ini nanti bisa kita bakal emailin ke semua yang sudah register untuk slide-nya.
Oke,
kalau gitu thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much Mbak Retno untuk sesi hari ini. Thank you so much everyone yang sudah join. Kalau gitu kita we will end the session for today's session, dan sampai jumpa di webinar-webinar berikutnya. Terima kasih semuanya. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.